team knows its opponents, we can launch the game.
Who is it? Another Orc team. God blimey. Nothing but Orcs. And we got 350k. So we could go star player. God, what is this? This is grab, mighty blow, regen, throw teammate, or I don't know. No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do what we always do. We're going to go wizard, bribe, and Apo actually, because we don't have an Apo. So we go wizard, bribe, Apo. RJK man, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. We'll go wizard, bribe, Apo and see what happens. Try and make some magic happen.
Well, the blocking dice are warmed up and ready to be rolled. Let's get this show on the pitch.
Good day, sports fans.
The referee has been bribed. According to the 12
On the blue.
all guild
Let's okay. Offense is always good. Right, let's have a quick look at his team. I assume he seems to have gone a similar route to us with the build wise. He's got one guard, Black Orc. He went. This again. This seems a little weird to me. I'm not sure. Oh no, maybe he hasn't got the same route as me. He hasn't gone. Oh yeah, he does. He has 3 Black Orcs. This seems a little odd to me. Not to say wrong, just a little odd. Like the fact that he's gone guard before block on the Black Orcs. I almost certainly feel like block on the Black Orcs first is more useful. Piling on first on a lineman. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, RJ, you missed nosedive doing goblin things, all the goblin things. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure how anyone else in chat would do this. Maybe there's people who play Orcs more than I do that could give me a better idea. But like, I don't feel like. I feel like going block before guard on the Black Orcs is probably a better idea, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it does make life awkward for me here. It does mean that the line, it's hard to block him off the line, but certainly not impossible. I don't know. Because I almost feel like in this situation we certainly just go Black Orc there, and just make 2 blocks and ignore this rubbish in the middle. I don't know. We'll see. And these are not the guard guys, so we end up taking a 1 dice block against that guy. Yeah, I feel like that's okay. Ah, cool. That's nice. I actually enjoy playing people from the stream. It's fun. But yeah, it's cool. We've got another person who was watching the stream who has come to crush my hopes and dreams. You're all so mean. You all want to kill my teams. It's alright.
There's a couple pretty good players on
I'll let you off.
Jim. They're just hiding behind all the crappy.
I feel like we're going to try and save the wizard till second half if we can. Perfect defense again. All game I kind of dislike you right now. Stop doing that. We've had a lot of perfect defense so far today, and blitzes against us. Yeah, not kill, just chew on it a little bit. Yeah, you did your best to get rid of all me poor Brett blitzers. I'll give you that. Right, okay. This again. Now this becomes mildly more problematic. So we can kind of. Yeah, this is all really iffy now. You know what? Oh. Right. Okay. We could take one dice with a reroll here, but that's just infinitely risky. What we probably do is attack one side and go that way, and hope for the best there. You protect the ball.
He tries to secure the ball.
No, that's the guard guy. So we kind of need. Unfortunately, we do kind of need. Alright, so we're going to have to take some one dices at some point. Not much we can do about that. Because of the way things worked out.
Punched above and below the belt at the same time.
That's a good start. 100% of my teams must die. Yeah. Yeah, well, to be fair, Faber Creek, I don't know. I feel like perfect defence is almost just as bad as a blitz. I mean, yes, the blitz does give people the option of running around and putting pressure on the ball. And if the kick turns out to be really good, blitz is definitely worse because they can just get a load of people round the ball straight away. But perfect defence really does like screw up any kind of game plan you had going. A push would be nice here. There we go. That works. I'll quite happily take that at this point in time.
Good call. Intimidation is the key. It's one of my strengths when I was still playing.
There we go. We have to take a push there. We will stay. This is going to be the important-ish one. Oh, actually, we can do this now, which is good. Okay, so we can do that.
He'll get an assist now. Wuss.
There we go.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
It's kind of fortunate, but right, there we go. Well, that's about as good as that's going to go for us at the moment. So let's do this. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, blitz definitely can cause a lot more problems to certain teams. Like blitz against dwarves can cause them a world of problems because they're too slow to be able to react to it. Which is what happened to me earlier. So yeah, definitely. Like there are a lot of situations where blitz is worse, but I really feel like perfect defence really just screws you over. I suppose it's one of these things where blitz is worse against agi teams with a lot of movement, and perfect defence is a lot worse against bashy teams with a load of strength. Because then the bashy teams can just realign all of their players and make life immensely hard for you. Hell's Reach, man, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing alright today. This might end up being okay. We are going to need to get some guys free to move back a little, but I feel like that should be okay.
This player likes to be well assisted in a fight.
Okay, that works.
Come on, guys, together.
So that's that block down. So one more block over here maybe, and then we're good. Okay. Oh, injury this early on is not good. Yeah, injury hurts. Yeah, to be fair, the gutter runners, it's not often that the gutter runners seem like they suffer from not having stunty. And if anything, it makes them, you know, it gives them the opportunity to stay on the pitch longer. Okay, so that works. Sort of. Right. What do we do now then? That the injury really hurts us. We've just got to figure out now how we get enough guys free here. We almost certainly want to take a 2 dice here. Right. Boy, an injury would be nice. Oh, never mind. Just a stun. Just a stun. Okay then. Right. So we need 3 guys free. We can do this. We kind of need this to work, and then we should be okay to cage.
The attacker has an assist.
That works. Oh, a KO on the Black Orc. That really helps.
As effective as ever, these Black Orcs.
That is very, very nice for us.
Start as we mean to go on.
We do need to remember actually that we have a bribe. We do need to make our kicks where we can, but we're not really in a great spot to do it right now though. So let us be moving the ball a little bit. So you go there.
That's a solid formation.
You
I
go
want to
in
see the
there.
opposing team have a go at the ball now.
And you go, hopefully, there. Okay, now we are in a reasonable spot. Just becomes a case of what do we wish to do with this guy. 2 dice uphill block versus no block. I don't really want to do that. Got bad dice here, unfortunately. We could. No, I feel like there's not really much we can do there, which is even remotely safe or worthwhile. So we're going to leave that for now and see what happens. A few too many armor break. Yeah, it did. Like the first half was ridiculous, and the goblins were just doing crazy stuff. Eventually, though, the fact that clearly you're running a team which has got a bunch of goblins in and I'm not, just eventually took its toll. Like numbers advantage just made it so that I could equalise. But the first half was amazing. Like I'm surprised how well the goblins did the first half. Like the first few blocks off the line, like 3 goblins on the line versus 3 blitzers, plus a punch from the Black Orc, and not a single one went down. Like that is just very, very impressive. I will give them that. Well, there's another reroll, which is nice. So we're slowly getting through these rerolls, which is good. But yeah, the goblins were both hilarious, but actually quite effective. Quite effective in parts. They had a bit of a rough time of it second half. Like they started to fail a couple of their dodges, which kind of took its toll.
This is going to be decisive.
But was certainly good for me. So again, we can stand this guy up. We do again. We have to just remember that we have to remember the bribe. We do have to remember the bribe. Yeah, the way the first half went, like the fact that it was the fact that the kick landed here, and then you got perfect defense. To like, was it perfect or something happened? Like this just turned into a big old mess for me. That was what the problem was. This was just such a huge mess, and then eventually when you managed to pick the ball up and just scamper out with a bunch of dodges, like I had no way to catch you. It was just I was boned at that point, as far as the first half went. So, you know. It goes that way sometimes. What can you do? Right. I would very much like to go this way.
That's it. Get in their face.
Push is not ideal, but we will take it.
Little air for the ball carrier.
You stand up. You go over there. Let's try and make things as safe as possible before we do a... Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's it. You got the perfect defense and then didn't even use it. And then, yeah, the big problem I had was that, like, I spent all this time, like, I spent all these blocks on the goblins, which did nothing, and then the ball landed here, so I couldn't get my thrower to it. And then all the goblins just dodged out and ran over here anyway. It just became a big pile up mess. Like it was hilarious to watch, but it was pretty like hard to deal with at the time. Right, which way around are we going to do this then? Oh, he gets +1 there. Okay. Yeah, this is where the guard is good. Like that, again, this is back to what I was saying at the beginning of the game. I'm definitely not saying that going guard first on the Black Orcs is wrong or bad. It's not necessarily maybe the way I would have gone about it. I might have taken the block first, but it certainly does help in a lot of situations. It's certainly not terrible. I don't feel like I want to do anything there either. I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we are even on pieces, but it's just that. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. There's no point us making any more blocks there. But yeah, no, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, you didn't even use the perfect defense. Yeah, he is burning the good thing is, like, the things we've got going for us in this half is, one, he's burning his rerolls, and that is a good point, Father Krieger. The guard is working when we're trying to block him. It's working, but when he's trying to block us, he is actually burning a lot of rerolls on both downs, like you say. So it is kind of a toss-up, I suppose. It is kind of a toss-up.
Orcs. The darker they are, the harder they hit.
I mean, if he keeps rolling just straight up pals, then it doesn't really make a difference. But again, like we are kind of getting out muscled over here, but we kind of expect that because we're committing 5 players to securing the ball. Like, unfortunately, it's the way it goes. Like, we commit 5 players to secure the ball, and he gets extra players to block with over here, which is just, you know, you live with that. You just in that situation, you're just hoping you guys tie up some people and survive. Like, don't die or get injured and stuff. The injury to our lineman, it is a lineman, so that's good. It may well hurt us in the second half. Hopefully his Black Orc doesn't come back either. And then we would definitely call that a win.
They're getting up close and personal, Bob.
You need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the dead insects in your teeth.
Another pal. Never mind. So now he is committing a lot of players to this.
With fists flailing, he's following up.
And this does become a little bit of a problem for us because of the stun and whatnot, that he's got extra players free. But 1, 2, 3, 4. We might be alright. This is the stun that kind of hurts more than any other. Right, Black Orc. You go now. And we'll get another one around here. And then, do we still get 2 dice here? Or is it good? Yeah, so we still get 2 dice there. Which I feel like we've got to take. Like, we can't just let him stand next to the ball carrier. Okay, so again, not spectacular. I definitely feel like there is a definite chance that we fireball this at the end of our turn, though. Like, I feel like that is something we may definitely consider. I don't know, because we've only got 1 dice blocks everywhere else. This is the one that's probably we care about the least if it fails. I mean, could he get anyone? He can't really get anyone all the way around the back here. So he could commit this guy, maybe, to make an extra block. But no, I don't know. We do this, I think. There we go. Okay. So we'll do that. So now we get 2 dice here.
Unity is strength.
And then I think
He's on him now.
there is definitely. I mean, how many people are we going to get in it? I mean, we're going to get like what? A blitzer, 2 linemen, 2 black orcs. I feel like that's worthwhile. I feel like we do that.
For a barbecue?
We got 1 KO out of it. So not brilliant. Certainly not all that we would have hoped for in that situation. But oh no, we've got another one. Stun. Okay.
Get up or get off the field.
So did he Apo? Right, he did. He Apo'd the... Okay, so he Apo'd the KO on the Black Hawk. So there's his Apo gone. Okay. So yeah, not... Like, it's not like where you drop a fireball and people just start getting injured all over the place. But that was actually pretty useful for us. 2 stuns give us a little bit of breathing room from impiling more people in. And... And he used his Apo on it. So, you know... It is what it is. He almost certainly probably gets a 1 dice in here somewhere now, though. Or probably a 2 dice, actually, with this guy. So that's unfortunate, but... Like, the only bad thing about the fireball was we was hoping that it would take out more of these guys so that we could make the cage a little safer. Which it didn't, but never mind.
That player is looking rather smug for remaining upright.
Now we definitely need to clear some guys out. This is where the lack of guard kind of hurts. But yeah, no, that could have gone a lot worse. Could have gone a lot worse.
They said the nation will see.
Does he reroll that, I wonder? No? Okay. Right. So you stand up. We have got a 2 dice here, which we kind of want to take. So we can get an assist here maybe. But before we do any of that, well, we can't get a guy here. No. Would here be better? Here would probably be better. And then get another one in there.
Fight is about to happen.
This is a risky one, but that works.
At the same time.
So what? If we block, we blitz that guy, we punch that guy. Yeah, unfortunately that guy's got no. Okay, so let's see what we do here. We
That's a holding maneuver, if ever I saw one.
Loosen the key and let the pretty little dove, I mean the ball carrier, go.
take a 2 dice here. Hopefully this works out. Certainly not all that we would have hoped for, but we can take that. I want to stay. And then we're going to have to take a 2 dice. A 2 dice with the ball carrier. But we do have rerolls, so we would hope that this would be okay.
Wouldn't they be better dodging out of the way rather than
Which it's not.
Bob?
No,
Even a push would be... Oh, God, that's really bad. It's just really, really bad. Never mind then. Like, we really just needed a push there. Like, the Black Hawk ended up with the ball, which is not the worst thing in the world. But, yeah, we really needed a push. Because the idea was to push this guy into here, push this guy out, push this guy over here, which would have freed up a lot of space and tied all these guys up with Black Hawks. As it turned out, it didn't quite work out that way. But the Black Hawk ended up with the ball, so we can't really complain too much. The fact that he's got some block linemen and stuff is kind of... It's making life awkward, obviously. As you would expect, though. You know, he has got the higher the higher team value, you would expect things to be a little bit awkward on our side. Our fireball burned his Apo, which is okay as far as fireballs go. Not spectacular, but okay. What we do need to do is when we get an opportunity to use to foul using our bribe, we do need that to do some work for us. That would be ideal. And we would very much like him to not be able to do anything good with 1 dice blocks. That would also be good for us.
That player's going for it.
Okay, that's good. It means he can't quite get to the ball carrier. And again, we should be able to maybe to sort of get ourselves out of this. Oh, making the dodge doesn't help us. You're right. I'm going to call you Ross. In case anyone doesn't know, that's 1500 ppm. That's Ross. That's who I'm talking to when I say Ross. How you doing, Ross? You're right. Good to see you, man. There's his last reroll gone. And a push. That works. Okay, so there's his last reroll gone. We've still got 3 turns, though. The problem is that the Black Orcs move exceptionally slow, so we do need to get a shift on. We can't hang around anymore.
Knuckles balls, Jim. They're going for the ball.
Where did he take a 2 dice uphill? Oh, against the Black Orc. That is actually, you know, this really is a pain for us now. Because he's pushed us into more tackle zones and we're 1 square further back. And it's not like we can do handoffs with a Black Orc either. Because they're just, you know, agi 2. So we are in a bit of we are in a little bit of a predicament. Especially if he keeps making dodges. Never mind, he failed. Right, and he has got no more rerolls. So if things start to go well for us, we would hope that they would continue to do so. We've just got to figure out if we blitz this guy and he goes down, we haven't really got anywhere to push him, which could be a problem. Why are we only get yeah, that's the. So 1 dice here. But we yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright, man. Things are going okay. The problem we got is because we have no one with guard, it's very hard to get some assists on him especially, without maybe making a block somewhere else. And we can't really afford to block outwards. We have to make forward progress. So at some point I'm going to have to make this block and try and get my guy this way. It's just a case of how we're going to do it. We don't have any. Like, I feel like we almost certainly have to go right. But then if we put a guy in here, then that's screwed. We can't afford to put anyone here either. So we need this guy out this way, almost certainly. That works.
Fantastic.
What was that, Jim?
What, Bob?
Oh, fantastic.
We're almost certainly going to have to take. See, is this 2 dice uphill now? Yeah, because of these guys.
My agent says it will help for future gigs.
Don't do it again. I hate bad puns.
Stick this guy in here. This is going to have to be 1 dice out here at some point. And then we're going to want to blitz this guy anyway. So okay, maybe we do it this way. We take a blitz here. We put this guy here. We blitz this guy out away.
Safety in numbers. This formation gives them a safe progression.
Oh, we see we have to re-roll this.
Make them lose the ball.
Okay, that's good. We will follow.
Well done. Help the ball carrier.
We put a guy here. And then we take a 2 dice this way. Which again sucks. That kind of boned us.
Loosen the kick.
We needed this guy to go down. That was the whole point of this.
The ball carrier.
Now we can't really do anything. If this guy would have gone down, we could have made progress, but we're kind of screwed. And I'm not going to dodge with this guy with the Black Orc. It's a waste of time. I think I might end up having to try a handoff with him. We got 2 turns. Yeah, we're almost certainly going to have to try and get. Well, there's his double skull. Okay. So how far can we get? This guy definitely needs to go. This guy needs to go out. Damn it. Okay. Didn't want to burn a reroll there. I just wanted to push. Because we've got to get rid of this guy as well, which is a problem. Two dice there maybe. Oh, I don't know, this is all a bit. Okay, so why is, oh god, should have blitzed with this guy. Oh no, but now I can get two dice here, so maybe this works out. I don't know. Follow. That kind of works. Where do I want to blitz? In here maybe? No. Blitz this guy? No. Stick a guy in here and then we can... Okay, maybe we do it this way. I don't know.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned fight.
You stay.
This player likes to be well assisted.
Oh, that's the bit that kind of ruins it.
That's it. Force them back and then pow.
Unfortunately. And now we've got to make some dodges. With no reroll. Ugh. We needed a blitzer guy to be able to score. Never mind. It's all gone. It's all gone pretty badly. Lelege82. Lelege82. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the follow. I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy your little goblin dance. I kind of messed up the spiel there, didn't I, a bit? But Lelege, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Throw the ball downfield and try and get the catch over it. Yeah, the problem was we only had 2 turns. Like it was just really awkward. Like the way things have gone, we got tied up and bogged down too much. We didn't really manage to make a hole big enough with the fireball, and he's just done a good job at just tying us up. So the plan, like obviously the plan was we needed someone in scoring position this turn to have any hope. So if this guy would have gone down, what we would have done is run him up and then run the Black Orc behind him, so that next turn we could at least try a handoff to him. But yeah, it didn't work out. Never mind. We do this turn. We almost definitely just try and find a good spot to foul someone, use our bribe. Practically any piece of his that we can get off the pitch is good for us. The more and more I use it, the more and more I'm really going off the wizard. I always feel like the wizard does help, but it never really helps as much as you would hope it would. Maybe I'm just using it wrong. Maybe I need to just save it for zaps to stop scores. I think next time I get a wizard, what I'm going to do is, instead of trying to fireball things, I'm just going to save it for a zap for when they're going to score. Is there a button to make my team wah? I really wish there was, just to make everyone do their chants at all the same time. That would be pretty cool. But unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no, Ross. There is not. Piling on guy is almost certainly going to get fouled, maybe? I don't know. A piling on guy seems like a little bit of a waste. Maybe this guy, actually, no. Block Mighty Bow Blitzer. He's the one that's going to get fouled. He is our target for this turn. If we can get a decent foul on him, that's what we are going to do. Has he got a bribe as well? Or, almost certainly, the thrower could definitely be a good person to foul, because without the thrower, he really struggles to pick up the ball. Or not really struggles, but certainly struggles a lot more than he would otherwise. So have we got a line? Yeah, we got a lineman here as well that could make it happen. So yeah, I feel like this is the route we're going to go with that. Going to stand him up. We very much would like this guy to go down. Oh, come on. This still might work out if we get him to go down now. Nope. Okay, well we can still get a lot of assists anyway. We do have to be a little bit careful with where we put them because... But yeah, I feel like injuring the thrower actually hurts him a lot. So 72% foul. And the thrower only has AV8 as well, so... KO. Okay, so if he doesn't come back second half, that's actually good for us. It does make life a lot more awkward for him. What else do we want to do here? No, I don't want to do that. We'll take a 2 dice here just for the fun of it. There's no reason why we wouldn't do that. And then I don't think we want to take 2 dice uphill. We're just going to leave it at that, I suppose. Yeah, I am starting to go off the I am starting to go off the wizard. The more I use the wizard, the more I feel like it's just too unreliable to actually play around. Like, there is never a situation where you think, oh, I can do this, and then I can use the wizard, and then I can score. Like, it's always like, oh, I might as well use the wizard here because he's got a bunch of guys bunched up. And maybe it makes the game go in my favour, and maybe it doesn't. Like, it's definitely, like... But then again, as I said, maybe I am using it wrong, and maybe I just need to start saving the lightning bolt to stop scores or make myself score. Maybe I should try it that way. Lelege used to play Blood Bowl. Who do I use the most? I personally mainly play humans. I'm trying to branch out. We have had a human team that we have played 30 odd games on. They eventually got wrecked, but yeah, we had a pretty good record on them. They ended up with I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was a reasonable record. And yeah, we played about 30 games on them. That was the first team we made, and that is the team I play most often. I do enjoy the humans. I do feel like they're a bit of an they're not an underdog in the sense that they're completely underpowered and you can't win with them. I do feel like they're a little bit of an underdog against a lot of teams, though. I do like the humans. I feel like they have the capacity to do great things. Like, and if you manage to do great things on a human team, it's always very, very fun. This guy can't score anyway, so I thought that was too far away for him to score, so that's fine. But yeah, unfortunately there is no goblin team yet. But when the goblin team comes in with the loon and the chainsaw or the pogo stick, we will definitely be having a little bash. Oh, the KO stayed. The Black Orc is still off. He got the thrower back, but the Black Orc is gone still. So we can live with that.
It's time for one of us squads to step up and be a winner.
Thrower's going to go here. And we're going to defend pretty tight because we're not too worried about the Orcs running around us. That's not really... and again, I kind of just want to make him throw a lot of blocks, to be honest. I feel like we might do this and just make him throw... Or at least commit a bunch of players to it. Oh, I don't know, because he's got... No, because he has got the guard, Black Orcs, hasn't he? So if he puts guard there, another guy there... It's still a lot of dice he has to roll. He's going to get a lot of 2 dice blocks, but it's a lot of right. No, you know what? That's probably not the greatest idea. We're just going to do this. We're going to spread them out. And we're going to do it this way. Yeah, no, I'm almost certain. Like, it would be insane for them not to eventually put all the teams in. I have no doubt that eventually all the teams will make it in. I have no doubt about that. So we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's got... I don't think he's got a leader anywhere. Yeah, he has just straight up got 4 rerolls, which does seem a little bit excessive, but I feel like 3 is a good number for... Like, most of... I feel like 3 is a good number for most teams. I think elves, you could quite easily say 2 on elves, because they have built-in rerolls for much of their thing. And no, Ross, I haven't seen any of it this year. I haven't seen any of it. I might end up watching some of it. I'll end up watching the VODs at some point. I have not watched any of it. I've had some stuff to do. I've got a bunch of stuff to still do later on, actually. My sleeping pattern's completely up the spout. Got that piling on lineman.
Nice move. Not.
Um,
Gonna try something. Do it right.
So yeah, I mean this leaves him. This does leave him a little bit exposed the way he's set up. I mean, if the pickup goes wrong, or if he fails, if he does really badly on a block, this is new bug found. Okay, what one's that?
They must have glue
Oh,
on
there's
their
the pickup.
fingers.
Okay, that seems pretty cool. When you foul while running away from a shadowing player, even if yeah, but doesn't like shadowing doesn't stop you from moving. It just makes them follow you, doesn't it? Is it a Is it a graphical bug then, as opposed to a? Oh, okay. So it's just a graphical bug, like you end up stamping on them and then your guy moves or something. Is that? It sounds, because my understanding of shadowing was that if I move and the guy's got shadowing, and he makes his shadowing, then he just follows me. Like he doesn't stop me from moving.
He's coming to help his buddy. That's gonna hurt.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting. We definitely get some pressure on the ball here, I feel like. Oh, so shadowing cancels the rest of your move, right? Okay, that I did not know. So in that case, then yeah, it's a very odd bug. So you could end up fouling someone from basically across the screen. Like if they get the shadowing here, the foul just goes off over here. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. But yeah, I did not know that shadowing cancels the rest of your move. I was always because I thought I recalled seeing in Blood Bowl 1 that when people use shadowing, they could use it multiple times in a. Oh right, maybe I'll have a look actually. Next time we'll have a look. But I mean, if anyone knows for definite, if anyone has played on a team where they have shadowing as a skill, I'd very much like to know, because it. Like I always thought that shadowing was he just kept following you as long as you did it. Oh right, Blitzer. I honestly couldn't tell you. I didn't think it cancelled anything. I thought the point of shadowing was that the player who has shadowing follows you, so that if you want to keep moving, you then have to make another dodge and another dodge and another dodge. But I honestly don't.
I'm not going to do it.
I honestly don't know for definite.
Now his buddy can move freely.
Oh, there we go. I will read that in a second. Right, Black Orc guys. Someone's saying going to tie up these. Lineman guy can go stand over here. Send some linemen in there to be annoying.
That's it. Get in their face.
And then you don't really want to blitz. I suppose I want to blitz this guy. Would probably be the best idea, and then try and make progress onto these two guys, make him throw some more blocks. Sounds like a plan.
They're gathering around that little player.
Or at least make it so that if he runs out this way, it's harder for him to get a lot of players to help him out.
Unity is strength.
Yeah, I'm not going to burn a rerun on that. As much as I'd love to get that guy down, I'm not going to burn a rerun. Right, shadow player skill. The player moves out of his tackle. Sorry, I'm not going to mumble this. Shadowing. The player may use this skill when the player moves out of his tackle zones. The opposing player rolls 2d6, adding their own player's movement allowance and subtracting the shadowing player's movement allowance from the score. If the final result is 7 or less, the player with shadowing may move into the square vacated by the opposing player. A player may make any number of shadowing moves per turn. Oh right, okay. So no, it's cool, Minaret. Like I'm always cool with like people it's good when, like, I like discussing the rules because there's a lot of rules which are very, like, you know, I'm not certain on half of the skills in this game. Like, there's a load of skills like that I'm not quite sure of the exact way it works out. But from reading that version of the rule there, my assumption is that shadowing is not supposed to cancel blitzes or cancel fouls. It's just that if he keeps following you, if he keeps making the shadowing roll and follows you, you then have to make another dodge roll to get out of it. Was the way I always interpreted it. Because I have had situations, I'm sure I've had situations in Blood Bowl 1 where, you know, I've run, the guy's shadowed, and then I've run again and the guy's shadowed again, and then and he's done it like 3 or 4 times. So you dodge away, shadow passes, your players. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you just keep It stops the action from automatically happening, but you can still go through with it. You can still say, I want to carry on trying to blitz and dodge away again. Like that's the way it seems to work. So yeah, it was probably just like a weird. From the only way from the explanation of that bug, then what it seems like is happening is that, like, if the guy's over here and he clicks over here to foul and the guy does shadowing, and then the guy says, all right, you've shadowed, I'm just going to stop moving this player, and then the foul still goes off, then yeah, that's a definite problem. Like that is very, very weird indeed. Stand you up. Stand you up. Stand you up. We're most certainly going to take 2 dice down there at some point. Thrower can go over here. I wonder if I can get the... This guy, yeah, that guy's got guard, unfortunately. So I'd have to commit quite a few players to making that work, which I don't really want to do. I almost feel like I'd be better off just blitzing that guy. Multi-block doesn't work if you get injury on the first block. Damn. That's unfortunate. It's going to be 2. It's a lot of dodges. So I'm going to take the 2 dice here because I can't really afford to reroll that again as much as I would like to. What I would very much like to do is, this guy got blocked? No, he doesn't. I mean, this is a little bit risky, but we're in a spot where we can afford to take the 1 dice here. And stay. And the reason I want to take the 1 dice here is because I want to get some guys up here. And I also want to try and get a way... Right, yeah, I wanted to try and make a route for this guy to get up here. That sucks. I am going to re-roll this because I do want this guy up here. I want to take the 2 dice. Double 1 again. Oh, we've had a lot of double 1s today. Never mind. The plan and the stun. The stun is a real pain. The double 1 sucks, but the stun is what's going to hurt us now because now he can run around this way. The plan was, if we could have got a guy here, then we could have taken a 2 dice block here, and this guy would have been free. For now, at least. So at least he would have had to think about running. Like, he couldn't have necessarily just run this way and been done with it. And then we could have also made a 2 dice block here and then got a guy in the middle somewhere. So we'll see. We'll see. We do need things to go a little bit iffy for him now. It's the stun. The stun is the real problem. Rolling a double 1 is never fun. You always hate to, like, roll a double 1. But the stun is what's probably going to hurt us the most. I mean, because he almost certainly could have got some blocks and got a guy free to come over here and sort this guy out. But at least it means he would have had to commit a lot of players to doing it. Is the point?
He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
Okay, if he does this, I assume he's going to move the thrower over this way somewhere, which is not unreasonable, but not necessarily the safest thing in the world. Yeah, so he does go over here with the thrower. Okay. I mean, there's definitely the possibility that we get some pressure on the ball again. Maybe. Is he going to throw a 1 dice block there? I mean, I doubt he's going to throw a 2 dice uphill. He might try and dodge this guy away. That's good for him. El Matto, man, how you doing? Good to see you again. I hope you are doing alright. Yeah, see, the stun, if we didn't have the stun, we could get a 2 dice here. That's good, though. Make him burn a reroll. So he did try, where was it? Oh, he tried to dodge this guy away. Okay. So we've burned a reroll. That's good. Again, he's got plenty of them, but we are getting through them.
The players arrive to assist their teammate.
Yeah, Stakes. I haven't seen Stakes in ages. God blimey. How you doing, Tom? Good to see you. Good afternoon to you. Well, it's kind of good evening / good morning where I am, but good afternoon. I assume is Stakes like a? Is there like a star player that has Stakes as a skill? What's my opinion? What's my opinion on fouling? What do you mean? Just fouling in general, or any specific kind of fouling, or what? Fouling in general.
Right next to a teammate.
Fouling in general, I think, is a perfectly reasonable and valid tactic, and when used properly, is the difference between maybe a very good coach and not a very good coach. I feel like if fouling is in the game because it's part of the game. No problem, Ross. Thanks for dropping by. I do appreciate it. I hope you win on the Doto. Try not to feed. I know how you love feeding. But yeah, no, I don't. Is there any specific fouling situation that you are particularly interested in? We could take 2. Oh, is that? So we could take 1 die there. Have these both got? He's not got guard. So why do I not get an assist? Oh, what I do? I was hovering the wrong guy. Okay. I feel like that may be worthwhile. I feel like I almost certainly want to stick a guy in here just in case.
They've gone into the opponent's tackle zone. Should be good. Come on, guys. Together.
Push is certainly not ideal. But we're not going to re-roll it again because we don't have to. And I don't really want to be just burning re-rolls for the sake of burning re-rolls.
Comes before a fall.
So he gets +1. So we could get a 1 dice there maybe. Get a 1 dice here. There 1 dice is either way. See, we can't really afford to. We're going to have to move a guy. I think we're going to have to move a guy down here somewhere at some point. You go. We'll take a 1 dice here now. Why not? It makes no difference. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. I feel like. But yeah, no. If there's any particular like situation, if a person dedicated to fouling, so like a dirty player killer, oh, it's definitely do it. Like having a lineman with dirty player on to do your fouling is a perfectly valid tactic and a sensible idea. You should do it. Like there's no reason not to do it. If you've got a lineman with dirty player and you're not fouling with him, you're doing it wrong. Like that's the whole point of him being there. So yes, by all means, I will say that it does work a lot better on some teams rather than others. It works better on teams that have very cheap linemen, so you can afford subs. Like it works well on Bretts, it works reasonably well on humans. On like some of the elf teams, it's not as effective purely because the linemen are so expensive. So you're losing a lot more if it gets sent off. But it's still worthwhile. Like that's not to say that you shouldn't do it on elf teams. I'm just like, you know, trying to look at both sides of it. I would say it's certainly marginally less effective on certain teams, but I don't think there's any team currently in the game at the moment that doesn't benefit from having a dirty player lineman so that you can stamp on the other person's good pieces. There's no reason not to do it. I would do it on virtually every team. That's my opinion on it. So yeah, by all means do it. By all means do it. Yep, skinks are good for fouling as well. Anyone like that, skinks are good for fouling. It's always very good to have like one dirty player skink. Who else is good for it? I mean, on the Skaven team, you wouldn't do it with the... I don't think you'd do it with gutter runners. I think gutter runners are too valuable to a Skaven team to do it with. I think on a Skaven team, you'd almost certainly still do it with the lineman. But yeah, no, I definitely feel like you should have... I think dirty player is definitely a worthwhile investment on most teams, and if you have a dirty player, you should definitely make an effort to use him. And if people are getting upset with you fouling them with the dirty player, then they don't quite understand the point of fouling. The point of fouling is to take a really crappy player that you've got, give him dirty player, and use him to get rid of one of their really good players. That is an amazing trade for you, and a trade that you should be trying to take at all times. And if they can't see that, then they don't quite understand the purpose of it and the reason for fouling, the reason why fouling is in Blood Bowl in the first place. You know, if anything, from what I can gather, there was a lot of people say that fouling used to be a lot worse. Like it used to be way more powerful than it is now. But yeah, no, I definitely feel like fouling is an extremely viable tactic, and you should definitely learn to do it properly. Like it is one of the things that, if you're new to the game, you should definitely like watch some videos or watch players who foul a lot and are good with it, and learn when they do it and why they do it and how it works. Like why it's good. I definitely think that's a worthwhile thing to do. So stand up. We've got a Black Orc 3, so we could take a 2 dice against the lineman and then maybe get a guy in here, which I'm definitely considering. You again, we have to kind of make it so, because none of these guys have got guards, so we do have to kind of, we want to keep these guys tied up. That's going to be 1 dice. This is going to be 1 dice as well. But I feel like taking the 2 dice is, so it stands you up. This stun is kind of a pain. But yeah, I feel like we definitely make an attempt. We definitely make an attempt at this, because if we get him down, the skulls hurt, and that's a real shame for us. Like, unfortunately, it did not work out. The reason for doing this blitz was because if we could have knocked this guy down, we could have got we could have got at least a tackle zone on this guy, and because it's a Black Orc, it would have been slightly it would have been slightly awkward for him to get rid of us. Lineman on block lineman, we don't want to take. This we could take, but we've already burned a reroll, and again, I suppose if we fall over, it's not the worst thing in the world. So we will take it. That is a risk, but it was a risk we was prepared to take because it's the last move we're going to make this turn. And if this guy falls over, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, we have had some... Like, again, I hate it. I would never want to sit here and say, oh, we lose games because, or we lost that game because we had bad dice. I've said this before, like, if your mentality is that you've lost the game only due to bad dice, you're never going to get better. And I do try and get better, and I do try and put my hand up when I make mistakes and do iffy things and say, alright, I could have done that better. But we've had some, like that, we've had some kind of iffy dice at important times this game. That's about as far as I'm prepared to say about that, the dice wise. I do feel like we've had some iffy-ish dice at some important times. But there's a couple of times when we really could have had like we could, or maybe I should put it this way. There's a couple of times where we really could have done with like a bit of a nudge in the right direction from the dice, and we've instead got slapped. is the best way I can put it. But yeah, what's the yeah, I mean the thing with I assume. Yeah, that's why sneaky git. I actually really like sneaky git. I think if you're gonna do it with a skink, and you can get sneaky git dirty player, I would do it, because sneaky git it does help. It does help. Like, it really does. It makes it so that, again, it's just limiting the chances that your guy gets sent off. That's all it is. I mean, you should definitely take it. If your guy is just going to be, and yeah, there is the chance that your dirty player guy does get punched off the pitch, like you say, your sneaky git guy. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe sneaky git is not worth it. I always felt like sneaky git was worth it if you could get it. Like, I feel like having sneaky git dirty player on a skink would actually be a lot of fun, and actually is really good. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people have worked out that sneaky git is rubbish. And yeah, as far as your dirty player sneaky git guy getting punched off the pitch, there is that. But then that is the difference between people who are really good with certain teams and people who are not. That is lovely for us if he keeps it. Is he going to burn another reroll? Oh, has he even got a reroll? He doesn't. Okay, that's good. Like, people who are really good with certain teams will protect their dirty player. Like, if you've got a really good lizard man coach who has dirty player on a skink, if he's a good lizard man coach and he plays a lot of lizard men, he will protect his dirty player. Like, he won't just mindlessly foul regardless. He'll use it in spots where he thinks he's going to get something out of it. This guy, as much as I'd love to stand my thrower up, but it's a bit risky. It's too risky to do that. You are almost certainly. Unfortunately, we can't get. What we can do though is stick a guy in here.
They've gone into the opponent's tackle zone.
We almost certainly want to get this guy sort of over here, just in case. There is the distinct possibility he runs back across this way, but there is nothing we can do about that. And we're almost certainly again going to take a 1-dice blitz with a reroll. We would very much love the 1-dice blitz to go. Oh, we might. See, we've got block versus no block here, and the reason I'm going to do this is because now we might be able to get a 2-dice blitzer this way, which would be better. We are going to do this. We're going to do it this way. I'll take the 2 dice. I'll re-roll it if I have to, but we don't have to, fortunately. Again, this is not, and again, we don't expect that he's going to be able to, that he's not going to be able to get rid of us here. It just means that he has to throw extra dice. Again, we get 2 dice either way, so we're going to throw the block with the lineman just because. Although, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I suppose we throw the block this way. We will follow that. And we will throw another 2 dice block. Not ideal, but you know what, we'll take that. Doesn't really hurt us any. Let's have a look. The NAF. There was a question, do I think the NAF League is bad for new players? No, I don't think the NAF League is bad for new players at all. I think the NAF League is great because it gives you the opportunity to A, play a lot of games really quickly, and B, play against a lot of different teams. And see how, and also because you're playing against human players, they will play different than just playing against a computer. That is, I feel like the NAF League is great for new players because of that. But I would say that if you are a new player, diving straight into the NAF League is not necessarily the greatest idea. Like, if you were brand spanking new to the game, I would certainly not say, okay, just go play in the NAF League. I feel like that would. I feel like that's not the way to go about it. I feel like, if anything, that would dent your enthusiasm for the game if you end up just getting beaten by a load of people who have clearly played the game for longer than you. Without knowing why. That's the important part. If you're losing and you don't know why you're losing, or you're not quite sure of why you're losing, then I feel like that is bad for new players. But I definitely feel like the NAF is great as long as you've at least taken a little bit of time to maybe play a bit of the campaign, you know, watch a couple of videos, learn the rules as best you can, or at least learn the basics as best you can, like against the AI and the campaign. Watch a couple of videos on YouTube, and then once you feel like you've got the basics down, just play in the NAF as much as you can, and do it. I feel like the NAF is great for that. The NAF gives you a lot of opportunity to just play against a bunch of people. Right, here we are almost certainly now definitely trying to put some pressure on the ball. Again, we really need one block to work out. We would very much like... Is that going to be 2 dice? Right, we'd very much like to get this guy down. Which is the best way actually to do this? Are we going to get 2... No, right. So we are going to get 2 dice. We'd very much like him to go down. There we go. That is huge for us. And we will stay. So now hopefully we'll be able to get 2 dice on the on this guy, which would be ideal. But which way do we want to blitz from? We probably want to put a guy here. A guy here maybe? No, because we want the guy to be next to the ball anyway.
They'll need to scoop up that ball, and quickly.
And we'll blitz. We'll just blitz him away for now. It's not the end, because we're just. If anything, we just want two tackle zones on the ball. That's very nice for us. I'd love to stun, or I would have loved to injure him, but the stun is just as good for us at the moment. That actually really helps. We will take the 2 dice here. And again, the reason we're going to take the 2 dice here is nothing other than it gives us a free lineman. So that next turn we can maybe put some more guys up this way. And then these are all bad blocks, unfortunately. So we can't make those. But we're in a reasonable spot. You got started on AI, did you, Jeremy? Yeah, no, I definitely feel like if you are brand spanking new to Blood Bowl, what you should do is load up the game, play the campaign for a bit, and then after you've played the campaign, play a couple of friendlies versus the AI with maybe slightly higher TV teams that have more skills. And then, you know, if you really want to learn the ins and outs of, you know, not even like the ins and outs of everything, just like if you want to learn the basics and why things work the way they do, find someone on YouTube who's done some videos about it, spend half an hour watching them, and then crack on in the NAF League. Play a bunch of games against a bunch of different people, and then see how you fare. Like, if you find out after playing 20 games that you're losing all the time, and you're not quite sure why you're losing all the time, then that would be a good opportunity to say to yourself, alright, I clearly need to maybe watch a couple more videos or watch some other people play to figure out where I'm going wrong. I feel like that's the best way to go about it. I genuinely feel like, with all the tutorial in the world, Blood Bowl is going to be a really awkward game just to be like, okay, I'm just going to play it and everything's going to work out. You do have to kind of... It's like a lot of strategy games. You do kind of have to put a little bit of effort into learning the ins and outs of it to make your experience with it better, I feel like. I think that's the main part. It makes you... It inevitably makes your experience better if you do it that way. Right, we are going to... If we get... None of these guys have got guard, have we? So we can almost certainly... 2 dice here, 2 dice here. Can we... We could chain push a guy onto the ball here. If this works. Which we might try, actually. We might try this. It's not necessarily the highest of... Oh, we failed to go for it, which really sucks. We failed so many going for it. But we did get the POW, so I'm not going to complain too much. We will follow.
even seem
There we go, right.
struggle to understand.
There we go. That worked out as well as it could have done. That was exceptionally lucky from us. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, Tom. Don't worry about it. We've only played the one game. Oh, turn 15 as well.
Well, there's still a good time to get an equalizer. Have to hurry up.
That worked out. Yeah, you know, there are. I mean, the Blood Bowl community as a whole is, and we've said this before. Like, all the people in chat are really helpful to people who have questions. Near enough every stream, if you go into a guy who's streaming Blood Bowl and ask the question in chat, I guarantee that 99% of the time you'll find a bunch of people who are more than happy to help out and answer it. And again, there are a couple of people on YouTube who have really put an effort into making decent series. To help new players. They really, like, the Blood Bowl community as a whole is really good about really trying to get new people into the game. And yeah, Jeremy, you look away for 1 second. Like, what basically happened is we took it was some all bullshit, really. Oh, he gained a turn, so he has got a chance of scoring now, especially with the touchback. So he gives it to the blitz. Yeah, he has actually got a pretty good shot of. He could equalise this up now. We have to be a bit careful here. Riot is probably the worst kickoff event we could have got, or at least the combination of Riot and a touchback, which is a shame. But again, we got very lucky. So if he does equalise, we're not going to complain too much. What happened for Jeremy that didn't see it? We made a block with the Black Orc to push you guy onto the ball, and the ball squirted out, and our blitzer caught it, so we could just run it straight in. Yeah, you definitely don't want to watch if you do watch people streaming, or if you watch any of my old games. That you definitely Nosedive's Orc team is definitely an acquired taste, and it should come with a warning label. You should not play Orcs like Nosedive unless you really are prepared for it to go either spectacularly well or horribly badly. It is quite funny that the first two games, I don't know, we've had on our Orcs have both been. How fucking this is actually turned out to be a bit of a problem for us. I feel like we should hopefully be able to get enough people to cover, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not going to be easy. There is definitely. Well, the thing is, Throne Rock. Like, Throne Rock would have been alright because he can't one-turn touchdown us, but he can two-turn touchdown us with a touchback when his blitzer standing on the halfway line. Like, yeah, it's not, like, again, like, Riot is not the end of the world. It's just in this very specific situation where he got a Riot and then there was a touchback and his blitzer's here. Like, it just gives him a shot to score which he didn't have before the Riot. So that's all it is. I definitely don't think Riot is the worst. It's certainly not the worst kickoff event. Like, Pitch Invasion has the opportunity to be exceptionally terrible a lot of the time.
That's a holding maneuver.
Yeah, and this is going to be a case of not. We don't even need to make any blocks. We need to try and get enough guys in positions where he can't run past us without dodging. So we're just going to need to try and get guys here, guys sort of here, and just make him make dodges. That's all it is. Just hope for the best. Yeah, touchbacks are certainly fun. When you're playing like Lizardmen and Skaven and you've got gutter runners and all that palaver, it's definitely fun. I would say he did not try and he's probably gone full on. Yeah, he kind of. I assume he was trying to cage in here. How far across can we get? Right, we definitely need. Like, we almost certainly need a guy. Our thrower can get. Right, okay. So we almost certainly need a guy in here, but we're going to have to make going for it regardless, which is terrible. But we can't not have a guy in there. First things first, we need guys We need 2 guys by the touchline. That is a problem for us. But we do need to do it. Oh god, this is really bad now. Reroll. Don't give me the double 1 game, please. Okay. Whew, right, well there's part 1 down. You stand up. How far can this guy get? Right, this guy gets in here, which is fine. We need another guy behind. See, that's the guy we could technically make a go for it with. But I feel like we don't want to do that without. No, you know what? We've got to be on the safe side. We can't afford to just throw the game away because we went 1 dice uphill there. If we can get this guy round, we might do it. Yeah, we could do that. Okay, so we might do that afterwards. That'll be the last play of the game. And then we need a guy in here. Is that going to make it? Nope, he can still. Okay. So another guy here. And then the last thing we're going to do is make a 2 dice blocked here, and then we're going to run around with this guy and see if we can. Oh, it's only 1 dice, but okay, both went down. It's a shame. The last play would have been to go around here, but I feel like this is reasonable enough. Like, if he scores from here, he has to make dodges. There's no way he can not make dodges. He could maybe. Can he? No, and he can't even. No, and he can't blitz this guy away and do it that way. Like, that would be. So we'll see. We'll see. And sorry, I forgot to answer you, Nosedive, earlier. Nosedive, yes, we are certainly buying a Black Orc as soon as we can, a spare one, and I will name him after you, seeing as you asked. Because yeah, your peasant did die. As far as Witch Elves go, yeah, Witch Elves, you should get them. They're great. They are great. But I personally, I do this with a lot of teams. Like, I wouldn't necessarily worry about getting them like immediately. I feel like on a lot of teams, it's very worthwhile when you first make the team to concentrate on maybe trying to get some points on your linemen and your other players who are not so spectacular. It really does help your team overall to get like block and whatnot. So there we go. This is why we did it this way, because now he has to make 1,000,000 dodges. And if he does it, so be it. What can we do? But was that a misclick? I'm not quite sure why you would do that.
The ball is handed off and play continues uninterrupted.
Unless he's going to go this way out, maybe. I mean, that is still. I mean, it's still not ideal. It's still a bunch of dodges, but 33% with a reroll and then another dodge, or 50 and then 67. Right, so he's failed the first one. Ah, never mind. Thank you very much for the game, Espionage. It was indeed it was a fun one. It was a fun one. We'll take a block. We're not going to do anything stupid. I'll say stupid. We're not going to do anything like turn 16 foul. There is no point. But I will say we are going to make our blocks. Even though it's turn 16 and he can't do anything, we're going to make our blocks because you should take every opportunity to get your star player points. It's nothing. It's not like trying to be mean or anything like that. It's just there's always a chance that you nick an injury and you get your star player points, which is what you should be trying to do. So that's why we're just going to take our blocks and be done with it. There we go. And that is that. So yeah, oh yeah, I've played against the dump off spam on Dark Elves. Nerves of Steel dump off is exceptionally hard to play against. It really is. Like the problem with not a problem, and I say problem in regards to the problem you have playing against it. When you're playing against Dark Elves with the dump off Nerves of Steel spam, in order to get the ball off them, you are relying on them failing rolls. If they don't fail rolls, it doesn't matter what you do, you just never get the ball, which is sometimes why it's like, oh god damn it. But you have to understand that in order to do that, they give up a lot of other stuff. They give up a lot of other skills to be able to have nerves of steel and dump off on a bunch of players. So it's all swings and roundabouts. Yeah, I should have tried to get points off the vanity pass, but I'm kind of interested in the chat and the way things were going, and there's a lot of people asking different questions. So I should have tried to pick up. No level ups, but we are going to buy our 4th Black Orc. I feel like that definitely is something that we should do. There you go, nosedive. Confirm purchase, and we can get our Apo as well. Okay. So I feel like we're in a reasonably good spot. Team roster, invert players. There we go. So we're going to play with 12.
Aren't they a bunch of happy clappies?
It's weird that the only level up we've got is like a double on the Black Orc. We've had that. Yeah, I should have done. I should have done the vanity pass. It's just a mistake. It's one of them things. It's the end of the game, and I overlooked it. Never mind.